Bonjour, my name is Mohammad Ahmad Yunus. This is MBA 643 Project Risk Finance and Monitoring Consultancy Project, that is assessment 2. Today I will discuss about project feasibility study, ethical considerations, and implementation of construction of an end-to-end passenger experience in Paris for the Olympics and Paralympics 2024. Now let's begin. First of all, project introduction. The Paris Olympics 2024 are expected to attract millions of visitors and tourists all over the world, which will create a demand for seamless travel experiences. The objectives will include enhancing passenger experience all over the touch points and connecting points, including airports, trains, buses throughout the journey. It will improve travel efficiency that will enable reduced wait times and transfers to the passengers. Deliverables will include collaborative platform for information sharing and decision making among stakeholders. It will be a data-driven approach to identify passengers' difficulties and troubles throughout their journey. The purpose will be to improve customer service and satisfaction and make Paris as a leader in innovative mobility solutions. So coming to project stakeholders, interest and key risk, stakeholder 1 is French government, that is of high influence, high interest. The rationale will include responsible for project funding, the public image and overall success of the 2024 Olympic Games. The key risks will include financial burden exceeding initial estimates, reputational damage due to project delays or failures, which will impact the game. Stakeholder 2 will be transportation providers that will of high influence, high interest. The rationale will include airlines, train companies, and public transport authorities, and crucial for implementation of the project. The key risks will include loss of autonomy over data and operations, integration challenges with existing systems, leading to disruptions, potential cost increases for infrastructure upgrades. Stakeholder 3 will be passengers, that is of high interest, moderate influence, and their rationale will be to experience the core focus of the project. And key risks will include the data privacy, concerns regarding information collection from the platform, service disruption during implementation, or unmet expectations if the platform fails to deliver its promised improvements. Stakeholder 4 will be private investors, which will include in rationale for potential financial gain through innovative service that will be offered, and platforms such as location-based advertising, personalized travel recommendations. The key risks will include unforeseen project cost exceeding initial projections, uncertainties around and return on investment due to potential low adoption rate of the platform. Stakeholder 5 will be local businesses, that is of moderate influence or moderate interest. The rationale will be to increase tourism that will be facilitated by smooth travel experience and local businesses, restaurant shops, and the key risks will include potential displacement due to construction for infrastructure upgrades related to the platform, or negative impacts on business if tourists experience disruptions during implementations. So coming to project scope, key deliverables, milestones, success criteria and requirements. The scope will be to develop a collaborative platform for information sharing and decision making among stakeholders, to implement data collection and analysis tools to identify passenger difficulties across the travel journey, and to establish real-time communication channels for addressing disruptions and optimizing travel experiences. The deliverables will include a fully operational passenger experience platform. The milestone will include month 3 secure funding and stakeholder agreements. Month 6 will be developing platform prototype. Month 12 will be to pilot test in designated areas. Month 18 will be full implementation. The success criteria will include the increased passenger satisfaction ratings that will be measured through surveys. It will be improved travel efficiency metrics, reduced wait times, transfers based on the data analysis. And last will be positive media coverage, highlighting the success of the platform. Now coming to functional and non-functional requirements. The functional requirements include the information sharing between transportation providers, including real-time arrival, departure, information delays, the passenger journey tracking and wayfinding, personalized travel recommendation based on user preferences and real-time conditions, multilingual support for accessibility, data security measures to protect passenger privacy. The non-functional requirements, which include performances, including speed, responsiveness, and scalability to handle high volumes of users. Then it is availability, that the platform should be operational for 24/7 with minimal downtime. And the usability include user-friendly, intuitive passengers with varying levels of technical expertise. Now, coming to security, you should have robust security measures to protect sensitive data and interoperability, which include the platform should be able to integrate with existing platforms used by transportation providers. Now, coming to data collection for work breakdown structure, that we use Gantt chart to demonstrate the whole structure and timeline, which includes starting month, duration, and dependencies. So from the tasks, starting from establishing project team and stakeholders to the infrastructure upgrade, finalization, and testing, it will together take 18 days, and dependencies will include the completion of the previous task to be completed. Now, coming to the Gantt chart that I have displayed, starting from establishing project team and stakeholder register, starting from month 1 to conduct feasibility study and market research. That will take 2 months. Similarly, public transport network capability analysis will take 4 months, and the design real-time information displays will take 6 months. Developing mobile app functionality will take 10 months. Similarly, issuing RFP and evaluating vendor proposals will take 8 months. Infrastructure construction and upgrades will take 15 months, and similarly, system rollout and user training will take 18th month. Now, coming to budget methodologies, tools, and techniques. First one is the bottom-up estimating. That includes breakdown of the project into smaller tasks and estimates individual cost that sums up for the total project. Then there is expert judgment, which include consulting with public transport planning experts for cost estimation based on experience with similar projects. Then there is tool and techniques that include cost breakdown structures. This is the hierarchical structure that break down project cost into categories like labor, materials, software development, and other direct costs. Then there is spreadsheets that is commonly used for creating and managing the budget, including cost estimations, formulas, and charts. And now coming to the project management software that we will utilize for budgeting features and tracking expenses and generating reports. And it will include the breakdown of estimated cost for each phase of the Paris Olympics 2024 and passenger experience project, using bottom-up estimating and industry benchmarks. That is the starting point for it. Then there's a negotiation of contractors with vendors, complexity of software development, integration challenges with existing infrastructure. Now, this is the budget table, and I've included phases 1 to 5. First one is the project initiation and planning that will cover 6 months. And then there is phase 2, designing and engineering, 12 months. Then there is procurement and permitting, 6 months. Construction and implementing will take 12 months. And in the end, testing and commissioning will take 3 months. And there are total 30 tasks, and it will the total cost will be estimated to 453 euros. Now, coming to financial and ethical risk of project, there are cost overruns like material price hikes, labor disputes, or increased project cost. Then there is revenue shortfalls that may lead into inaccurate or insufficient generation of revenue. And then there is operational expenses that includes the maintaining and updating of ticketing information system. And then there is non-financial risk, which include displacement of local residents. For example, Then infrastructure upgrades may necessitate construction projects leading to displacement of residents or businesses. Then there's accessibility concerns, which include the inclusivity to cater the disabilities, uh, including signage in Braille, audio announcements, and accessible platform designs. Then there is labor exploitation, and this will occur during construction if proper labor regulations are not followed or enforced. Then there is unethical procurement that will be engaged in environmental damage or human rights violation that must be avoided. Then there's funding mechanism, benefits and expectations and funding. There's public funding that is organized by French government, and the benefits include secure funding source for initial projects stages, planning, design, and construction, and it include the project alignment with national goals, and the expectations will include efficient use of public funds, adherence to project and timelines. Similarly, the funding scheme will be to allocate from national budget to infrastructure development funds and revenue generated from tourism taxes. Then there is project bonds, and it is organized by financial institutions and investors. It has access to large sums of capital in upfront for project executions. And it has lower interest rates compared to the traditional loans. It has strong project feasibility study and risk management plan. Funding scheme will include issuing bonds with specific maturity dates and interest rates, and for investors to purchase bond to finance the project upfront. Then there are grants. It is organized by international development organizations and environmental agencies. It has access to additional funding without incurring debt. It has potential for technical assistance and expertise from grantors, and the expectation will include the alignment with grant objectives and stringent reporting requirements. And funding scheme include the competitive application process with detailed project proposals, and grantors provide a one-time financial contribution. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening to me.